Part 2 of Summerslam, ladies and gentlemen. This is where Cleveland is about to get hot, folks. We have 3 tremendous matches and a huge surprise, because we don't book here like WWE. We give you what you want. You don't want to miss this episode. As always, I'll timestamp the matches in the description. To kick us off, it's Hell in a Cell. Drew McIntyre, distraught since losing the World Heavyweight Championship, has some theory that Edge and Will Ospreay are working together. He wants it locked inside a cell. It will be. The World Heavyweight title is on the line. Roxanne Perez, Nick Aldis has give her permission to travel to Cleveland with no idea who she'll face. The WWE Women's United States Championship will be on the line. Who will stand up, step up, and face Roxanne? And closing us tonight, oh my goodness. It's a tale as old as time, but it's the closing chapter. Roman Reigns looks to put down Seth Rollins and Jacob Fatu. But at what cost will the Roman Empire be built again?
This is it, the biggest event of the summer. Summerslam. 2 nights, 60,000 screaming fans, no mercy, no escape, no excuses. It all starts with the kickoff. Gunther steps into battle with Ron Killings in a clash of brute force and raw charisma, and Dominic Mysterio faces Chaos Incarnate, Mr. Iguana. Night 1, the gloves come off. Liv Morgan defends the Women's Intercontinental Championship in a triple threat fight against Mina Shirakawa and rising powerhouse Blake Monroe. The Intercontinental title explodes into a 3-way collision. Braun Breaker, Obafemi, Ilja Dragunov, 3 titans, 1 prize, no limits. Julia takes her shot at the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, in a women's world title match that promises pain, pride, and pure intensity. Then, we step inside Hell in a Cell. Edge defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Will Ospreay and Drew McIntyre. Careers will change, scars will last forever, and in the tribal battleground, Jacob Fatu, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Only one man walks out as the true head of the table. Night 2, the final reckoning. Damian Priest challenges LA Knight for the United States Championship. One's walking out a star, the other a memory. Roxanne Perez issues an open challenge for the women's US title. Who's stepping up? Who's breaking through? Stephanie Vacher confronts the EST, Bianca Belair, in a clash of continents for the WWE Women's Championship. And in the final war, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Joe Hendry versus John Cena. Wade Barrett, Bren, the self-proclaimed gods of the NBO, want to take over, but the champions won't go down without a fight. No rules, no rematches, no tomorrow. WWE 2K25, SummerSlam, the future is decided here.
Well, folks, I'm sorry I keep playing that trailer, but it's going to be on every SummerSlam. There's only one more. Welcome to part 2 of 3, and as you can see, the dangerous structure dangling above the ring. Hell in a Cell. Careers are shortened inside the steel structure. Edge, the World Heavyweight Champion, will defend against Will Ospreay and not the Celtic Warrior, that's Sheamus, and the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. Drew just cannot let it slide. Clash at the Castle in his hometown of Glasgow. He was defeated by the Rated R Superstar. Tonight, he vows to put things right. And also a bit of a problem, this man, Will Ospreay, has been so impressive and had a number 1 contenders match against Drew McIntyre. Did actually lose the match, but in very controversial fashion. Jessica Carter, our referee on the night, did miss Will Ospreay with his hands on the rope, meaning that Drew McIntyre kind of got the win, but it didn't really win. Of course, Adam Pearce of Monday Night Raw has noticed that, and he's made this a triple threat. Drew not happy about it, as he already believes the Alliance, the members of AEW that have joined WWE, are working together. Will Ospreay has tried to assure him that is not the case. Drew has gone to Adam Pearce and demanded that this match be held inside an infamous Hell in a Cell. And the aerial assassin makes his way to the ring to compete for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship for the very first time. Of course, coming off a victory against AJ Styles in very impressive fashion, He actually has a certificate that says now he is the best wrestler in the world. This guy doesn't give a damn about certificates. He only gives a damn about redemption and gold. Can Drew McIntyre bring the WWE World Heavyweight Championship back to where it belongs, or where he sees it belongs? He's brought the sword out with him that he hasn't used for 2 years. Come on, 2K Games, get a hold of yourself, but Drew means business. I have never seen Drew so focused, so hell-bent. He is here tonight with one goal in mind, and that is to end the reign, and the short reign, of the Rated R superstar Edge. He has vowed to end the career of the Rated R superstar inside the Hell in a Cell. And he said Ospreay is just an obstacle that will also be squashed along the way. Well, it's the infamous structure. Anything can happen. It's meant to contain people, but in the past we've seen superstars use it to their advantage, go on top, go above, use it as a weapon. What will happen tonight? And here he comes for us from Toronto, Canada, one of my all-time favourites. The Rated R superstar, our World Heavyweight Champion, Edge. And you can see he's donning the gold. And Edge means business here in Cleveland, has assured Drew McIntyre that he has no allegiance to Will Ospreay and vice versa. This is every man for himself, triple threat rules, and said that Drew will see inside the Hell in a Cell exactly what the Rated R means in his nickname. So no punches been pulled, said that if Ospreay gets in his way, he will crush him as well. It's not a personal feud between two people. Will Ospreay will want to win that championship as much as Drew McIntyre. Do not be fooled. But of course, Edge stands in their way, one of the greatest of all time. Multiple-time world champion, victories over infamous legends like John Cena, Chris Jericho, Batista, Randy Orton, Triple H, and many. The Undertaker. Of course, inside Hell in a Cell, Edge has a vast knowledge of experience and will look to use that here tonight in Cleveland. As the hellacious structure gets lowered, what will the fate of the World Heavyweight Championship look like come the end? Edge choosing to keep on the jacket. It's an interesting choice. Maybe stop him from the steal. And straight after Ospreay. So already it's confirmed there is no allegiance there. Drew and Edge look over each other. Roll-up pin from McIntyre straight away, trying to put away the Rated R superstar, broke up by Ospreay. And of course, Drew McIntyre losing the World Heavyweight Championship after being given it for winning the Royal Rumble to Edge in a shock in Glasgow. A shock result that even I didn't expect. Drew's here to put it right. As we continue the match, Drew McIntyre going after Will Ospreay, going to throw him round like a paper bag. And that is the go. And Edge with a kick sees it, the ultimate opportunity, the clues in the name. Edge will look to utilise and use every single opportunity that he can seek. An Irish whip to Drew McIntyre. And Drew could be in trouble, been dragged by Edge. Will Ospreay going to go to the outside, maybe get some go furniture shopping as he looks to grab a kendo stick. Apologies for the I don't know if that Discord noise was in the video. I don't think it was. I think it was in my headphones. Now a pinfall here from Edge and a kick out one from Drew. Throw in weapons, ultimate unlimited weapons in the ring, and Edge is going to go after Will Ospreay, of course. Also not friends, they're not foes, but they're not friends. And Drew with but Will hits him, and look at how athletic Will Ospreay is into the sit-down powerbomb on Drew McIntyre. The technical prowess of the aerial assassin is something to be admired. Many people call him the greatest in-ring performer in the world. And you're starting to see shades of that. Throws Drew to the outside. But I don't think a Hell in a Cell match is won via technical wrestling. I think it's won by the person who wants it the most. And now we're going to have a little fight outside the ring. And Edge with the uppercut to Will Ospreay. Now Drew's going to go after Edge and a punch to Edge. Every man for himself. Irish whip there. Will Ospreay lining up Drew McIntyre. And now Drew's going to European uppercut Ospreay here. And Drew vowed to make this match painful and short for both men. Now Irish whip into Edge goes Ospreay. Nothing good ever happens in the cell. You never celebrate what happens in the cell. And look at them, like a game of tennis, and Ospreay reverses it and reverses Edge. And it looked like we were going to play European uppercut tennis with Will Ospreay and a reversal from the aerial assassin. And both these men after Will Ospreay, not sure why, maybe see him as the biggest threat. Of course, victory over AJ Styles and a certificate saying you're the best wrestler in the world in my universe mode is some feat. Equivalent to a... Oh, and into the steel goes Drew McIntyre. Not conventional of Will Ospreay. But now Ospreay is going to get a taste for the steel structure. As we're dicing with death on the outside here. We're dicing with career-shortening injuries. And Edge goes into the corner. Ospreay rolls in the ring. Maybe wants to bring it back to a safer area where his advantages lie. And Drew being kicked in the face by Edge. Busted wide open. And Ospreay with the trash can in hand. Not really sure what he's going to do with that. Maybe waiting for them to come inside the ring. Not sure what he was doing. Drew goes against the cell again. Drew also busted wide open. And Ospreay just trying to get a little bit of a leeway. And goes after Edge. And now Drew's after Ospreay. I think it would be much safer for everybody if this match was brought inside the ring. And of course, Drew McIntyre and Ospreay throws Drew. And what is going on here? We're having a brawling match on the outside. This is never good. And everybody's getting in the way. And that's the problem. Too many people inside Hell in a Cell limits the ability to do anything really effective. And Edge into the steps goes Edge. And Ospreay trying to make it a one-on-one. Drew's alert that he's coming for him. And of course, up next we have Roxanne Perez. She takes on a mystery opponent for the WWE Women's United States Championship. And then our main event, Ospreay into the steps. Our main event of this part. The main event is the NBO versus Team Punk. And I would like to see these guys get it back in the ring. And Edge goes to the corner. It does look like each superstar and Edge through the cell. It's going to be broken in half. And Ospreay's in the ring. Oh, God, I don't like the look of this. I do not like the look of this. Into the barricade goes Edge, but Ospreay's there. And busted open goes Ospreay. Drew looking to use the cell as a weapon. And throws Ospreay. Oh, goodness me, Drew. No. What the hell is McIntyre thinking? Climbing that goddamn forsaken structure. We've seen careers nearly end. We've seen Mankind, Mick Foley get thrown off the cell. Edge is going to join him. I don't know if that's the best idea. Drew just waiting for his opposition to get on top of the cell. And it's a dangerous place to be having a scrap up there. And Drew misses an Edge. Slams the back of the head of McIntyre onto that steel structure. And you have to wonder what the hell these men are willing to go through for the World Heavyweight Championship. And now a neck breaker to Edge. We know Edge's previous injury record of Hell in a Cell matches and neck injuries. It's not going to be made any better by that neck breaker. And now Ospreay going to work. And a super kick trying to take Edge down. But Drew's back to his feet. And anything can happen onto the back body drop onto the cell on that door. It looks like it's loosened a bit. That is not good. Oh my word. What is Drew McIntyre thinking? I just knocked the mic. I'm sorry if that were allowed. Oh my goodness me. Oh my God. Oh, that cell is loose. Oh my word. Drew McIntyre throws Will Ospreay through the goddamn cell. End the match. At what cost, Drew? At what cost? And now Edge is going to fight back. Drew is furious. And now Edge might have just fallen into the trap. Through the table goes Edge. Oh my word. And neither of these men from the Alliance. Oh no. And Ospreay's unconscious. He's been put through a cell, and Claymore from Drew McIntyre is going to welcome the World Heavyweight title back. Ospreay's up and just can't beat the count. Drew is your champion again. And it doesn't have to be a 30-minute match, but it was brutal. You have to wonder, after being put through that cell, will Ospreay ever be the same again? Edge's neck injuries could be reoccurring, but goodness me, man. Drew did what he set out to do and shorten the careers of the Alliance members. and gets back his championship that he should have never lost in his eyes. And he's pointed to everyone saying, I told you so. Well, folks, it doesn't always have to be pretty. It doesn't always have to be half an hour match to be effective. And that's something I want to get across to you guys for booking. I felt that match was perfect for the story I wanted to tell. I didn't want it to be long. I wanted Drew to look powerful. And that's just a little... Breaking the fourth wall, I do it every episode. Subscribe. But now Roxanne Perez is here in Cleveland. Not a clue who she's going to face. Nick Aldis, of SmackDown, of course, the United States Women's Champion exclusively on SmackDown, has requested that Roxanne Perez be here tonight. And she's here. She looks happy to be here. Especially now she's the WWE Women's United States Champion. And it looks good on her, doesn't it? Of course, Roxy beating Kalani Jordan for that WWE United States Championship. She looks to put her mark on Universe Mode and has accepted the open challenge. We don't know who she will face. We don't know what she will face. But we do know one thing for goddamn sure. She is in action tonight. So who is the mystery opponent? And I'm just going to pretend Roxanne's cutting a promo. Whoever it is, beat me up. I'll beat you up. Well, that was the worst, but that didn't even make sense. That didn't even make sense. Who's going to challenge Roxanne Perez? Her? Well, we don't know from the custom music. Oh, boy! She is fearless. She's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. The WWE Diva Nikki Bella. And I can confirm in my earpiece, Nikki Bella is signed to Friday Night SmackDown. This is a surprise. This is a new signing. And Roxanne, who's just won the United States Championship, may become a test dummy for SmackDown's newest member. But I am so pleased to have Nikki Bella in this Universe Mode. I think she adds to that SmackDown locker room experience and everything. Now, Roxanne, both in red, it looks like they've had a conversation pre-match, even though Roxanne didn't know who she was facing. She's going to know now. Nikki straight with the clothesline. Of course, fearless. Oh, look at the... Oh, what would Booker T said? My God, man! That's me right now. And Roxanne taking down Nikki Bella. And of course, going to wrench the leg. Because Roxanne held that WWE United States Championship since Money in the Bank, which I believe was 4 weeks ago. She is a new champion. We've already seen new champions dethroned. We've also seen champions like Randy Orton that have held the championship for up to 6 months. And we do plan to have some better reigns as well. Now, Edge held the World Heavyweight Championship for around 8 weeks. And it was a wonderful 8 weeks, but we're back to the era of Drew. We're back starting something new. And now Roxanne's going to get in the ring. Business resumes as normal. Nikki Bella looks like she's been wiped out. And a kick to the gut to rub insult to injury. Of course, Nikki Bella does have a history of injuries, just like Edge in the previous match. We got to hope that she's in... She says she's in the best shape of her life. She's ready for action and she's in the best shape of her life, of her career. So you got to think if Nikki's at 110% compared to what she used to be, like she's demonstrating here as she dominates Roxanne Perez, you have to think the WWE Women's United States Championship could change hands and Nikki missed time in that. Roxanne's far smarter and another clothesline from the fearless one. Of course, the clue's in the name. Nikki Bella may be a very attractive woman. She may have the eyes on her, but she's also very rugged in the ring and can get down to business. She's a former Divas champion, former everything. She's achieved so much as a female competitor inside the WWE Squared Circle. You have to wonder if she can achieve some more things this year on Universe Mode. Now, Nikki Bella is not on a year-long contract like the likes of Mr. Iguana is on Raw and No Way Jose. She signed a full-time deal. So hopefully Nikki will be here for the... Maybe not on SmackDown. We'll obviously have a transfer window at the end of the season. But We know that she's going to be involved for a few more years. Give Nikki that last run. And now Roxanne's in trouble. Roxanne actually cut, and it seems to be an issue here tonight at SummerSlam that everybody wants to get cut. Did somebody... All we need now is Mox, and a nice punch there from Nikki going old school. And of course, I think that's one of the advantages Nikki has over the likes of Roxanne Perez, who's quite new to the business, is Nikki's been through different styles. She wrestled during the era of the Divas, during the era of the Horsewomen, and now occasionally during the era of the new generation. And Roxanne is too slow. Nikki is alert to everything that Roxanne is doing. Now going to go to the second rope is Nikki Bella, and a nice knee drop. Looks like she hurt her knee in the exchange of that, though. Now going to bring Roxanne back to her feet and hopefully hit something big. Roxanne reverses, and we could be about to see it. I think she's going for a roll-up pin here on Nikki Bella, trying to get her out of here. Going to have to do more than that, I'm afraid, Roxy. Of course, Nikki Bella, former partner of John Cena, who's also on SmackDown, part of the NBO, and will be here later on tonight, in action in 6-man tornado tag. We're hearing that that's not an elimination. There was a slight error on SmackDown. That is not an elimination match. It is a no disqualification match. It is a tornado tag, but it's first fall wins, and that's going to be that is like Team WWE versus Team Bren. The future landscape of SmackDown could change as both these women trade blows, trade punches, trade slaps, trade anything just to put the other down. And I have to say, I'm mightily impressed with Nikki Bella. And now Roxanne wins the exchange. Of course, I believe Roxanne probably a better striker than Nikki Bella, and eyeing her up. Nice arm drag there from Roxanne. Roxanne is super agile, super quick, and super athletic. Nice move there from Perez. Gonna hook the leg, could have Nikki Bella beat here. 2 count and Nikki kicks out. United States Championship still on the line. Looks like, ooh, excuse me, that was disgraceful. And now Nikki with the X Factor. Could be about to put away Roxanne Perez. And can Roxy kick out? She can. Well played, Roxanne. You're going to have to do more. And now Nikki eyeing up the finish. Good night, Irene. New torture rack. And drops her. And Roxanne Perez is in serious trouble here. Is she going to get the kick out? And she does. Somehow. Gets the kick out. Shoulder up. The referee obviously obstructing our view. But stop the count. Now Nikki with another punch. She's going to go for another one here. And Roxanne's in big trouble here. If she hits another torture rack, which she looks like she's gonna, Roxanne might be broken in half. And Nikki is frustrated. You can't let frustration beat you. Oh my god, she's going to try and break the arm of Roxanne Perez. Armbar. Oh my word, and it's cinched in a horrendous way. Could Roxanne escape? She needs to try to break the arm of the prodigy. Just escapes. And at what cost? It looks like her arm could be broke. Look at her holding onto that arm. That is not good. And now Nikki's going to get it in the crossface. The Rock's face. Could Nikki be about to tap and Roxanne retain the WWE Women's United States Championship? Nikki escapes. And she's a veteran. And it's to be expected. Now Perez is going to fight back. And she has to fight back with everything she's got because Nikki has dominated this match. And now she's going to turn it dirty and grisly and horrible. She's going to punch the daylights out of her. That's where Roxanne will want it. And she's back on top of her now, beating her to a bloody pulp again. And you have to wonder what the hell Nikki Bella has to do to put away the prodigy as well. Oh dear. And the execution. And this could be all she wrote. Gonna go for that submission again. This time Bella's in serious trouble. Rope break. Lucky. Roxanne, that's the rookie still in Roxanne, not aware of the ring and the ropes around, and slaps Nikki Bella. You've got to be more aware, and now we're going to see a chicken wing, and it's all submission, all business for Roxanne Perez. Could Nikki Bella be about to tap? Doesn't look like it. Looks like she's about to Break out and Nikki escapes again. Roxanne has to wonder. There's no way Nikki Bella's going to tap out on a return. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Nice drop kick from Perez, but she can't even get back to her own feet. Roxanne, both women down in the middle of the ring. Nikki kicks back up. My word, what a performance from both of these women in Cleveland. This was a match that wasn't advertised. And now clapping with the fans. Oh, wow. Oh, my God, man. Now Irish whip reverse from Roxanne. Referee Mike Chioda actually in the way. Not like this, Roxanne. Using the referee as a weapon. And it looks like Nikki Bella's dazed. Roll up pin and a kick out. It looks like Nikki Bella is dazed after hitting the referee. And now Roxanne stalking her. Nikki, oh my God, not like this. The referee cost Nikki Bella the match. No, Pop Rocks. It connects. 1, 2, 3, no way. Fire Mike Chioda's ass. Look at Roxanne laughing. But she's badly cut. Nikki Bella making a debut. Roxanne using the referee as a weapon and claims that's a way to win, but she's still United States champion, folks. And next up, we've got a short segment from the LFG series. Logan Paul cut a promo. It's your guys' responsibility to cut one back. We're going to listen and look back at the last episode of LFG. Very quickly, a short clip. I want you guys to cut that promo back on him, but here's what Logan Paul had to say.
You know what I find hilarious? This whole Legends and Future Greats experiment. WWE parades out some washed-up icons and a bunch of wide-eyed rookies, thinking one of them is going to rise to the top and earn a contract. Newsflash, you're not looking at the future, you're looking at the blueprint. While most of you were scratching and crawling for YouTube views in your backyard rings, I was building an empire. I didn't need to beg for a chance, I took it. I didn't pay dues, I paid bills. And I made more headlines in one match than half of your legends made in their entire careers. And now you've got this crop of rookies thinking they're going to cut a cute little 60-second promo and call out Logan Paul? Please. I've seen more charisma in a Bluetooth ad. I've seen more intensity in a Logan Paul vlog. You don't threaten me, you amuse me. So here's what I want. No, what I demand. Next week, each and every one of you rookies will get 60 seconds to step up to the mic and try to take your best shot at the Maverick. Try to disrespect me. Try to stand out. But when it's over, I'll still be standing here, richer, better, greater than every single one of you. You want to be the next big thing? You've got one shot to impress me. Because the truth is, if Logan Paul doesn't believe in you, then no one else will either. I run this show, and the rest of you, you're just fighting for the scraps I leave behind.
Well, folks, it's main event time in this episode. This is the main event, by the way. I think it was the main event of night one, but obviously I've chose to do it in 3 parts. Excuse me. The Samoan Werewolf is making his way to the ring. This is a match you're not going to want to miss. And it's certainly not a match you're going to want to miss at the end. I can tell you that for goddamn sure. But the Samoan Werewolf is here. The Roman Empire needs to be rebuilt. He's had a tricky start in our universe mode. He's had nothing but grief from former Shield brother Seth Rollins and a member of his bloodline, Jacob Fatu. I'm going to try and steer away from too much of the bloodline throughout the whole year, but of course, it is prominent and it is relevant to the universe mode for now. Roman needs to win this match. It's that simple. If he wants to be the head of the table once again, and as Roman Reigns defines head of the table, it's not just being the man with the most aura. It's about holding that WWE World Heavyweight Championship that we saw Drew McIntyre win earlier. That is the end goal for the Tribal Chief. But let's not take away from Jacob Fatu and Seth Rollins. Rollins may not have had victories that were expected, but he is a very prominent presence. Jacob Fatu, a future world champion for sure. Rollins will also want to be top of the pile again. Oh, and he's come out in the Shield gear. It's all about mind games with Rollins. He says he has Roman Reigns' number. Roman, of course, picking up a victory thanks to the interference of Jacob Fatu against Seth Rollins last week on Raw. He also lost to Jacob Fatu thanks to Seth Rollins. It's all a mess. But tonight, there's no disqualification and anything goes, and there must be a winner. But of course, Rollins is here to prove a point. He says he is a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He is Seth, and you can finish the rest. But he's wearing the Shield gear that, and luckily because I'm a WWE 2K content creator, I can say it. There's no restrictions. The Shield gear that Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns wore in 2013, donning their debut onto the main roster. And Roman has never forgotten the betrayal of this man. And it seems like he just can't bury it. And the crowd are going to serenade the architect, the Messiah, the Monday Night Messiah, with a chorus of hymns to the tune, The Vision. And Rollins is just going to soak it in for as long as he goddamn wants. Of course, the Tribal Chief will be up next. And we have to wonder, where, obviously Roman, the attires, what's he going to don? We've seen him with Hollywood attire. What is he going to don tonight? More of a serious look for Roman. He'll, of course, not known that Seth Rollins is turned up in this attire. Of course, Jacob Fatu, also a big factor. But the Tribal Chief, the face of the WWE, the biggest superstar, and will potentially go down as the greatest of all time, once all said and done. 1,316 days as WWE Undisputed Champion. Roman is looking to go back to the top of the pile. But to do so, he starts here with his two biggest problems. Acknowledge him, appreciate him, and respect him. John Cena has got on record himself to say that Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time. It's hard to argue against the GOAT, saying who's the GOAT. Roman, whether he's been with Paul Heyman on his own, has always demanded respect. And everybody in the WWE universe acknowledges him, and if you don't, you're wrong. I'm sorry. We do deal in opinions in professional wrestling, but if you don't acknowledge this man, you're wrong. This is potentially the greatest of this generation. Well, it is the greatest of this generation. He's wearing the Ula Fala given to him by by the Wild Samoans Afa and Sika. Of course, The Rock handing him the Ula Fala as well, putting it on him himself, donning Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief of the Anoa'i family. It's a big responsibility in Samoa, an even bigger responsibility in the WWE. And Roman with the Air Jordans, he's got sponsorships coming out of his ear. He's on this universe mode with business. Roman about to take on two of his biggest adversaries as the crowd here in Cleveland acknowledge him. Will Roman be ready for the Architect and the Werewolf? Now I'm just going to soak in the aura for the rest of his entrance. And I am going to sit here fully and tell you that I believe Roman will once again be the head of the table. Drew McIntyre has had a history of problems with Roman Reigns, but it might not be the case that it's immediate. Drew has to focus on being a champion and defending that. Roman has to focus on burying anything in his path. And we're about to get underway, folks. Triple threat action, no disqualification in this match. Seth playing mind games, Jacob here for business as usual, and Roman here for redemption. And now he's going to go after Rollins. Of course, we expected that. You have to consider that attire that Seth Rollins is donning is like a cryptic reminder to Roman Reigns of the past, of Seth's betrayal of the Shield to join powers with Triple H, Stephanie McMahon and the Authority. And now Roman's going straight furniture shopping. He's looking for foreign objects. And it looks like he's got a steel chair in hand as Jacob goes after Rollins. Of course, these two, what the hell? He sat it up on the edge of the ring apron. And of course, Jacob Fatu and Seth Rollins, of course, had their issues. And Roman with the kendo stick. Looked like Fatu was going to go for a torpe suicida to Reigns and sledgehammer. Oh, tribute to his former Authority boss, Triple H. And a pinfall attempt on Roman through the sledgehammer. and didn't do enough. And now Rollins going to go after Reigns. A tale as old as time, these two. A 1916 from Rollins. Normally used by Finn Balor. Of course, made famous by Finn Balor, the 1916. And now Jacob's going to go after Rollins. Going to bring him back in the ring. And of course, Jacob is the future, I believe, of the Bloodline. As alongside Solo's co. We aren't using Solo in this universe mode. Because I just don't want too many Bloodline members. Maybe we'll use him later down the line, I don't know, but Rollins reverses Roman. I picked Fatu. It was definitely, because I don't like to have like massive rosters, so it honestly was between Jacob and Solo, and obviously Jacob's new to this game, so it just made sense, you know what I mean? Now lighting up Jacob with a kendo stick is Roman Reigns. Going to look towards Seth Rollins as well. Drop kick from Rollins. Going to stop the Tribal Chief from doing anything. Oh, look at him wiping the dirt off his shoes on Reigns, and Reigns with a big boot. And Fatu with a shot to the Tribal Chief. And now he's just going to pick the Tribal Chief up and slam him like he weighs nothing. And of course, a freak athlete is Jacob Fatu. And you guys know that yourself from watching him every week. He does things that a man that have his build should not be able to do. He's extremely fast and diverse for a man of such size. And using the prime bottle on Seth Rollins, and then the shoulder tackle to take Rollins down. Roman looking to make this extra messy by decantering the announcer's desk and using the prime bottle on Jacob, then throwing it at Seth. And he's going to actually decanter both commentary tables. And you can only wonder what Roman's thinking of doing with them. Of course, there's two tables and two enemies. You can imagine what the thought process is. He's going after Rollins. They're going to throw Rollins into the barricade. And that isn't like the old barricades, folks, where it's a bit padded or the steel ones were bad. That is an LED barricade. That will knock you clean out. And now Jacob has Reigns, throws him back in the ring. Going to bring it back in the ring. Jacob, not normally sensible, but this might be a sensible option. Reversal from Reigns. He's going to throw Jacob back outside the ring. Big boot to Rollins. And of course, Roman did actually say on Raw Talk this week that he wants to make sure that he avenges that loss to Jacob Fatu. So he's going to target the pinfall for Jacob Fatu. But of course now Rollins has turned up in the Shield gear. That might all change. Of course Rollins will want to win. I think Rollins could do with this win. It would be huge for his career. Jacob, of course, outperforming everybody's expectations. Undefeated until he faced Roman. He's still undefeated. He's still undefeated, actually, isn't he? I've just realised that. So you got a guy who's undefeated. Roman, of course, losing in 2K24 to Jey Uso against my will, by the way. In 2K25, in a Bloodline Rules match. I was just testing out that match type. Since then, he's come back. He's looked like the Tribal Chief will be here all year. No part-timing from Roman in my universe mode. He's a core figure to the Monday Night roster. And one of the 4 story arcs that I have created. And it's going to be a real good journey. Each story arc has a completely different narrative, and I think Roman's is extra special. When I actually put these into ChatGPT, he rated all the story arcs above a 9, with Roman's coming in at 9.86. The best story that I've wrote. And a pop-up Samoan drop there from Jacob on the outside to Roman. Of course, the Tribal Chief will respect Jacob. Jacob is an incredibly talented athlete and a even better aura farmer. Now he's pointing, sort of half acknowledging Roman, and a spear out of nowhere. It's like the Viper strikes, and now Rollins with the knee. And I don't think we've got enough weapons to keep getting all the baseball bat from Rollins. Would be something that a member of the Shield would probably use, and now bringing Jacob back to his feet. And he could be in trouble, could Fatu. Against the announcer's desk goes Fatu. Roman's got only nasty intentions. They're going to bounce Jacob's head off the announcer's desk. Rollins just going to observe. He is a visionary. Maybe the vision that he sees is that he's not to get involved right now while Roman's this worked up. Oh, Jacob's in trouble. Jacob's in trouble. And Roman going to go for a... Oh, my word. Suplex off the announcer's desk to the outside of the ring. Jacob could be broken in 2. And Rollins is just going to watch. Now to the top rope goes Rollins, and a knee, and Reigns telegraphs it. Roman showing his desire to win this match. Prime bottles everywhere. Steps, chairs, bats, kendo sticks. Now Fatu, after Rollins, reversed the Irish whip into the barricade, goes Jacob. Now Roman means business and throws the baseball bat. Cannot distract himself from attacking Seth freaking Rollins. He hates that man. And you just know he hates that man. You can see that he hates that man. And now Roman with another big boot to Seth. And Rollins in trouble. Of course, Rollins is getting farmed by the members of the Bloodline here like a farm on Minecraft. Like an XP farm. And now a steel step shot from Fatu takes the Tribal Chief down. And now he's going to go after Rollins with the steel steps. And he's going to do his dancing thing. Once upon a time, I could do them moves. But as I get older, I don't know. I think Jacob actually might be older than me. So that's not really an excuse, is it? I think Jacob's 32 or 31. And I'm only 29. There, I've doxed myself. And now Roman going to bring Seth on top. What the hell is he thinking of doing with Rollins? Oh my god, rock bottom. On the announcer's desk goes Seth. That's Seth's night over. So he's between the two Bloodline members because Seth's been battered from pillar to post all match. It's been more of a handicap match. And I think Reigns' main goal is to make sure that he wins, and it's against Fatu. I think that's his goal, and that's what he obviously said. But Rollins will not stay down, and that is a problem. Rollins back in the ring, going to go to the outside of the ring. He's looking to be opportunistic. Now a drop kick and Reigns reverses and grabs hold of the Monday Night Messiah. I'm going to pick him up like he weighs nothing, and he's going to bounce him off that LED. Oh no, it's not the LED ring apron, but will still not taste very nice. That's steel. And now Roman is goading. He wants Fatu in the ring, and everybody in Cleveland's acknowledging him. Fatu's going to go. He's going to come back in the ring with a weapon, but the sledgehammer picked up from Roman, and now thrown is the sledgehammer against Fatu. And Rollins is unaware of what's going on in the ring. Fatu might be unconscious, and kendo stick, and now Rollins roll up pin here. Could have Roman beat. And a kick out one from the Tribal Chief. Going to roll to the outside of the ring. Now Rollins looking at Fatu. I don't think he's quite getting over that loss. And now Jacob was going for a springboard there. Rollins telegraphed it, and he's still going for a springboard. And now he's stood in midair. He's floating. He's doing a floating and stomp from Rollins. How high does Rollins have to go? What are they on? Now on, and Reigns has Rollins in that guillotine. Could be about to tap. Jacob's unconscious on the right-hand side. You got a pinfall there that's free. Roman going to look to make him pass out. Throws Rollins off. And now a big boot to Rollins. Rollins reverses. Roman's going to telegraph as well. Nice reversed Irish whip to Seth freaking Rollins. Reversed again. We've just seen him hit a stomp, and now a DDT on Roman. Roman's in trouble. Pop-up Samoan drop from Fatu to Rollins. Rollins has taken a bit of punishment this match. Kendo stick in hand from Fatu. Going to go for the pinfall on Roman. And a kick out from Roman. Too much time to recover for the Tribal Chief. And now Jacob is sensing the end. Roman is going to fight out. And now a roll-up pin here, I believe, into the power bomb from Reigns. Rollins is stalking him with that kendo stick, but Reigns telegraphs it. And Reigns is prepared for this match, I'm telling you, folks. He is prepared. Big boot. Go to the corner. Secure your victory. Rollins is in huge trouble. And Reigns going to dump him out the ring. Like I said, he wants Fatu. That's what he wants to do. That's what he said he wants to do. And that's, I imagine, what he's going for. Now he's got the sledgehammer in hand. Don't know what he's going to do with that. He just waits for Jacob. Rollins isn't moving until next Tuesday, and he certainly ain't moving with that sledgehammer thrown at him. And Fatu's going to engage. And Reigns waits for him. Nice shot from the kendo stick. Oh, dear. Are we going to see it? Spear to Fatu. That could do it, folks. Now Roman's going to go for... Oh, my word. He's going for another Superman punch. Fatu ain't getting up. And Rollins is getting involved, and Roman's emotions are getting ahead of him here. He's too focused on Fatu, and now Rollins going to stalk him. Going for that 1916 again on Reigns. Connects. He's going to go for the pinfall. What's he going for? Is he going to go for the stomp on Fatu? Not like this. He's rolled out the ring. Interesting. What is he doing? He's got the steel chair. Oh my god, he's going to hit Roman with the steel chair, and Reigns is there. And spear to Rollins. My word, what a match, folks. And now Jacob's in big trouble. Roman is sensing the end. Fatu fights out. Roman fights out. And a spear. The tribal chief has redeemed himself. 2, 3. Oh my god. I am so relieved for Roman. What a huge victory. Congratulations, Roman Reigns. You can now work your way to the... And folks, I'm not really sure what's going on here. We've cut to the Oh, ho, ho, ho. I would recognise that electricity anywhere. What is he doing? Is he him? The final boss? What is going on? Roman's just been in a hellacious match. And it looks like The Rock is about to make his way out here, folks. But why? The Rock, of course, the CEO of our universe mode. Don't know what the hell he's doing here. We guess we'll find out. Hopefully. I don't know. Oh dear. Roman's could be in trouble. It could be a good thing. He could be here to congratulate him. We don't know. And he is definitely in Cleveland, folks. The fire is ignited. The Brahma Bull is on the floor. And that means one thing. There he is, folks. The final boss. Do not fuck with the final boss. I had to say it. Viewer discretion advised. The Rock is here. He stares on at the ring holding the People's Championship. The ring which has Roman in it. And he puts the title down. What does this mean for the future of Raw?